Hello, and welcome to Unexplained Possibilities in case you missed it for November 2018. Let's not waste a moment of time and jump right into it. We started the month off with Bonnie's Tarot, and while the video quality was good, the audio quality was off. As annoying as it is, we're still trying to find a happy middle ground. December looks to be the month where we get it right. We also had 2 podcasts this month for Unexplained. The first show was a makeup podcast with Bonnie, as we had something else scheduled, but it fell through. On that one, we discussed demons, human spirits, and a little bit about ghost adventures. As a bonus, we even spoke about some of my little happenings, so that alone should get you to check it out. The second podcast was with guest Chris V, who hosts Paranormal and More Radio. Chris and I went over cryptids, the paranormal versus supernatural, voodoo, manifestation, and some of Chris's experiences with the paranormal. It was a very fun show, and I'm sure you all will get enjoyment from it. And that concludes what's been happening with us here at Unexplained. Now, here's a few things that caught my interest from around the world. NASA had a big accomplishment this month. They landed the InSight probe on Mars. It was about 7 minutes of tenseness for the scientists as they awaited feedback from the probe to see if it landed safely or if all the research and development had been a waste. Luckily, it was a success and cheers broke out everywhere in the control center. The probe has taken several pictures while on the planet's surface, but its main function will be to study the interior of the red planet. Well guys, I have some news. They always said it was going to happen, and it looks like it is happening. There is an alien invasion going on right now. Sort of. Reports have come out stating that the International Space Station is infested with some type of space bug. Scientists discovered a thriving ecosystem of infectious organisms aboard the space station, which are similar to bugs found in hospitals on Earth. A NASA team found 5 different varieties of Enterobacter. Yeah, I butchered that. With researchers calculating that there is a 79% probability that they may potentially cause disease. The toilet on board the orbiting space station was listed as one of the main sites of infection alongside the base's exercise area. It's feared portions of the bacteria could be drug resistant, which would leave astronauts at risk of serious harm should traditional treatments fail to help. Here's hoping they find a way to exterminate this space bug before we end up in a body snatcher scenario. Now, from space to earthly land, there appears to be an interesting rise in one surprising area across the United States. According to reports, there has been a dramatic rise in witches. Yes, that's right, witches are taking over the country. This rise is attributed to millennials rejecting Christianity and other similar Abrahamic beliefs. It's believed to be about 1.5 million witches across the country, and the number isn't slowing down. However, Christianity is followed by a whopping 70% of the country, and 22% of the country claim to not follow any mainstream religion or alternative. Finally, and I admit this is petty, the only reason I'm talking about this is because I don't like this guy, and when he messes up and it's a blow to him, it kind of puts a smile on my face. But at the same time, this also puts things into perspective. Elon Musk has abandoned his idiotic attempt to build some type of tunnel under West Los Angeles to avoid traffic. Firstly, in earthquake country, you don't build underground. But this is also the same person who thought that sending a beer keg to save kids trapped in an underwater cave and nuking Mars to make it livable was a good idea. So we shouldn't expect much from that wannabe critique-hating lame brain poser. Now, this project was dropped because Musk didn't have permission, nor did he ask or even try to inform homeowners of what he was trying to do, and that was most likely going to bring about lawsuits. To make matters worse, the tunnel would have been in Hawthorne, directly under the houses of homeowners. Now, for those of you who don't know, Hawthorne is a very low-income area. Some would even say it's a ghetto. It's believed that Musk and his company, known as the Boring Company, chose that spot due to the fact it is low income and it's easy to get away with things since no one cares about those who barely make a living wage. The other issue seems to be that Musk tried to circumvent environmental studies and protocol. Needless to say, that effectively shut things down. Musk claims that there are still other tunnel projects in development and that they will come to light. But take his word with a grain of salt, as the past few months have proven that not only is Musk not as intelligent as he likes people to believe he is, but also a liar and a borderline con man, of which the Securities and Exchange Commissions have proven, which forced Musk to pay out of his own pocket $20 million in fines, and for Tesla to pay $20 million in fines, which goes back to the pockets of shareholders. Musk also must step down as the chairman of Tesla. And that concludes In Case You Missed It for November 2018. Thank you all for checking it out. Be sure to leave a comment below about events that we didn't cover but you think is interesting. Also, don't forget to sub to the channel if you haven't done so already, and we'll be seeing you next month.